At this point, it's clear that Drake is playing a game he simply can't win. Every claim he's making about his label, Kendrick Lamar, and Not Like Us, is only exposing him more, revealing things far worse than anyone could have imagined. After Drake's DMs were leaked, we got an unsettling glimpse into his behavior, showing just how bizarre and off-putting he really is. But worse than that, what might completely destroy not only his career but whatever is left of his rap legacy, are the new reference tracks surfacing. These aren't tracks featuring Drake's melodies or anything like that. These are personal, time-stamped songs that Drake himself has claimed as his own. If what we're seeing about Drake's involvement in ghostwriting is even remotely true, things are about to take a turn for the worse in ways we never saw coming. Before we dive into all of this, make sure to leave a like and subscribe. As Drake's fans and OVO try to bury this information, it's more crucial than ever to support the video by hitting that like button. The situation with Drake is strange, and as expected, his entire fanbase is running around claiming everything is fake without considering the evidence. But at this point, nothing seems out of the question for Drake, especially when it comes to ghostwriting. When it comes to how Drake creates his music, the pattern has always been to pull from big artist styles, especially for melodic songs, drawing inspiration from artists like Lil Yachty or Party Next Door. We've already seen reference tracks from these artists leak, confirming Drake's history of borrowing from others. But when it comes to his more lyrical tracks, Drake tends to work with relatively unknown writers who create his verses in a way that no one can tell it's not him. While Quentin Miller is the name we all know from the Meek Mill beef, what's coming out now might be even more shocking. New reference tracks have surfaced for some of Drake's most iconic and personal songs. Specifically, a mysterious user has posted a reference track for 5 a.m. in Toronto, one of Drake's best-known songs. In this track, an unknown rapper delivers Drake's signature flow and many of the same quotables that ended up in the final version of the song. While this user remains cryptic, the mystery only deepens. We know that the reference tracks were written by a rapper named Moolah, who's not the one leaking this information but has apparently ghostwritten for Drake during a certain period. The release of these reference tracks didn't end there. Another one surfaced, this time for Drake's track 4 p.m. in Calabasas. And considering that Drake previously defended his first major controversy of being exposed for using ghostwriters, claiming he only did so for collaborations and would never use them for his most personal and lyrical songs, like his timestamp records, it's shocking to see not one, but 2 of these reference tracks now in the mix. If this information holds up, it's a game changer. Drake's rap legacy could be completely tarnished. If, on his most personal, lyrical tracks, others are writing the story that fans believe he crafted himself, that could mark the end of his career in ways we've never seen before. At this point, even though we don't have absolute proof that these reference tracks are legitimate, they follow the same pattern we've seen with Drake's past collaborations. Over time, it's become evident that Drake has relied on ghostwriters for various types of songs, whether it's been the melodic work of Party Next Door and Lil Yachty or the more lyrical work from lesser-known writers. This pattern has continued, and it seems like these new reference tracks are just the tip of the iceberg. To make matters worse, while these reference tracks are making waves, Kendrick Lamar's close collaborator, Terrace Martin, recently made a comment about the fading party scene in hip-hop. Given the timing, it almost feels like a subtle response to Drake's ghostwriting issues. This, along with Kendrick's growing influence, is setting the stage for a much bigger problem for Drake if this situation proves true. If these songs are confirmed to be ghostwritten, it could seriously damage everything Drake has worked for. Even the most iconic moments of his career would be put into question. Right now, fans and critics alike are dissecting these reference tracks, and everything hinges on whether this mysterious user can connect the dots and prove that one of these unknown writers has been behind some of Drake's most influential songs. And there's more. The mysterious user behind these revelations has also dropped another reference track for Drake's song Draft Day, further suggesting they have a treasure trove of evidence waiting to be exposed. With each post, it seems they are preparing to reveal more, and who knows what other secrets they have up their sleeve. Their comments hint at further shocking information that could be unrelated to ghostwriting but equally damaging. This situation is starting to feel like a sequel to the entire Meet the Grahams saga, where Drake's past was scrutinized and exposed. It's wild to see how many people from Drake's career are coming forward with such damaging evidence. It's rare for any artist to accumulate this many people with grudges, let alone the amount of evidence that could potentially ruin their career. What's even more significant is the ripple effect this is having on Drake's current career. From the release of his DMs to the ghostwriting accusations, things are spiraling out of control. The more he tries to blame his label for his career struggles, the worse it gets for him. Drake has alienated the very people who helped him reach superstardom. His relationship with those who made him who he is today is deteriorating, and he seems to have burned those bridges without fully thinking things through. Ultimately, it looks like the lesson here will be one of reckoning for Drake, a cautionary tale of how reckless decisions and a lack of foresight can unravel an entire career. At one point, Drake was so influential in the music industry that he could release almost anything, and it would succeed simply because of his name. With his massive influence, much like artists such as Taylor Swift, Drake was so important to his label that they didn't just support him. They were fully invested in every part of his creative process. They knew exactly how he made his music, what went into each track, and what his next move would be. Given this, it makes you wonder if all of Drake's secrets are now being exposed because his label no longer cares to protect his image after he went against them. It's likely that his label has reference tracks and other materials that could be far more damaging than what we've seen so far. Considering everything happening in response to one another right now, the timing of these claims coming to light is too much of a coincidence. Drake's fans may call these revelations fake, but it seems that the same people who help him maintain the illusion of winning rap beefs when he actually lost are no longer backing him. When you think about it, the idea that Drake's personal timestamp records may have been ghostwritten starts to feel more plausible. The stories about artists like Kendrick Lamar, The Weeknd, and others supposedly helping Drake write tracks on his album Take Care come to mind. In the context of this beef, why wasn't Drake able to respond with a lyrical performance on the same level? Instead, he resorted to the gossip and drama we saw on Family Matters and whatever unfolded on Hard Part 6. And with all the drama Drake's brought into rap beefs, it's clear that he doesn't play by the same rules as others in the game. He seems willing to disregard the hard work and legacy of those who came before him just to further his own career at their expense. As more secrets come to light and we realize just how much Drake is hiding behind the scenes, it seems like his entire rap legacy is on the brink of destruction. The reference tracks and ghostwriting revelations are just the beginning. As things unfold, the more out of control this situation is going to get. If it turns out that Drake's pen has been fraudulent all along, he'll never be able to recover from this. No one will be able to look at him the same way ever again. As Kendrick Lamar pointed out, when a rapper uses a ghostwriter, all we can do is sit back and question everything they've put out. So now, I want to hear from you. What do you think about Drake being exposed like this? Do you believe he didn't write these songs himself? What's next for him in this situation? This is truly wild, and I can't wait to hear your thoughts. Be sure to leave a like and subscribe if you made it this far, as it really helps me out. And if you want to see how things got even worse for Drake, especially with his DMs coming to light, revealing how different he really is behind the scenes, check out the suggested video.